Welcome back, guys. You're gonna be watching tonight another edition of KJC Updraft, powered by Planet9, of course. It's me and Dash once more. D&D, the combo, back at it for our best of three in our grand finals in Updraft. Dash, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling lightheaded, man, because my head's cut off. But with how it's going right now, S2 Esports versus NEXGA is going to be the teams that are going to be fighting for today. And is this going to be exciting? It's a night. It's a cold night. And I hope that everybody has eaten their dinner, because these games are going to be very, not long, but very fun. So I hope everybody is ready for the action.
I mean, could be long. We don't know. We don't know for sure because we haven't had a long series ever in an Updraft
After,
final.
yeah.
So maybe this is going to be it. Maybe not. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be action-packed. The two teams that we have tonight, Dash, they are some decorated teams. S2 Esports, we've seen them time and time again here in
Yeah.
Updraft. They're always making it consistently in the finals, and they are one of our most consistent performers. NEXGA, I think this is their first time making it into the finals of KJC Updraft, but they're backed by such an amazing team behind them. They're an established organization, so I'm really excited to see what they're going to be bringing up against S2 here.
Yeah, I mean, S2 Esports has always been a powerhouse right here in the KJC Updraft. So with them, we actually basically know who these players are already and what they can bring to the table. But with NEXGA, they have the element of surprise, which is most of the time is what you need whenever you're fighting against another team, especially the first map. Get the advantage as long as you can. Ride the momentum, win the first game, win the second game, and then win for the KJC Updraft. And that's usually how it goes right here. But again, they haven't seen each other right here in the bracket. So again, mystery is all we can see here.
Yeah, first time facing off against each other, both of the two teams, at least in Updraft or inside a tournament competition. So really excited to see what both teams are going to be bringing up here. But before we continue towards the game, of course, we would like to thank our sponsor for making this event possible. KGC Updraft is, of course, powered by PLANET9. If you don't know what PLANET9 is, don't worry, I'm about to tell you. PLANET9 is the next-gen esports platform. It allows gamers from all skill groups to organize or join tournaments for free. If you're not ready for competition yet, it's okay. Feel free to browse PLANET9's community and course pages to look for teammates and coaches that match your gaming style. Last but not least, the PLANET9 blog posts game updates, tutorials, tournament news, and other content regularly. Don't forget to check them out at planet9.gg. They've also got a ton of content posted on their socials. They have an Instagram at planet9.gg.valo. And of course, they've got a Facebook and Twitter as well at planet9. Or planet9gg. Then on Facebook, they got planet9.gg.valo as well.
Yeah, and this event is organized by KJC Esports. If you want content shorts that is related to gaming, we have a lot in store for you. We have a website, kjcesports.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at KJC Esports. And you can see a lot of this content if you are really excited or at least into the SEA scene. KJC Esports has your back, and they will just give you everything that you could have. News, stories, everything that you can think of. KJC Esports has it.
Of course, KJC, follow us, give us some love in all social media. I think all social media platforms we are there. Just look up KJC Esports. There's no one else like KJC Esports. Just type on that name and you will find us. But Dash, let's talk a little bit about the game right now, about Valorant, right? There's a new addition to the roster of agents here, and while he might not be what most people find as the most attractive agent to play, he's got the most attractive or the most cute wingman ever. Am I right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do you mean attractive? What do you mean
Cute.
attractive?
He's cute. Wingman's so cute.
Okay, I mean, I thought you were talking about Gecko, though. I mean,
Nah.
the man's attractive, though. The man's attractive. I think this game, or what I think it is for Gecko, he introduced basically a new thing in the game.
mechanic.
I never thought that when you have a game like this, you'll have something like Gecko. You'll have basically like a summoner or like a beast tamer, something like that. That archetype, I didn't expect that to happen in this game, and that actually adds some spice a lot more into the game. And even though that basically almost all of his skills are mediocre except for the ult, he looks fun to play.
mean?
He looks
Yeah.
fun to play.
I mean, when I first heard of Gecko and the rumors that Gecko was gonna be able to diffuse the spike with an accompaniment or a friend, basically, I
pet.
was like,
Yeah.
a pet, basically. I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds kind of unfair,
Weird.
especially in 1v1 situations. But now that we've all seen him and we've all kind of gotten a grasp or tried him at least once in our ranked games or solo queue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if people are convinced he's the best option. He's one of the most strong. Actually, I think my preemptive assumption that he's gonna be kind of OP is not the best assumption. It's almost wrong. But what do you think, Dash?
Yeah, I mean, all I think about when I see Gecko, when I see his skills, and now that he actually is in the game, He looks fun. He looked fun in the trailers, but when I see him in practice, I think it's really hard to put a place on him in the meta because most of the skills that he has, other than wingman, someone could do it better. Someone could do it better. Someone has a better flash. Someone has a better molly, and probably wingman is the only thing that is really surprising for me because that is something like wow. You can do that, especially in times like when you're going on a 1v1, a post plant, mate be or an attacker, or you're a defender. That gives you a lot of advantage.
Yeah.
Like diffusing or at least planting the spike is really something that you need to always think about. Like you need to always commit whenever you're fighting against a Gecko. So is it him or is it the wingman who's actually doing it? But other than the fact that it's good in 1v1 situations, in the bigger scheme of things, it's really hard to pull off a wingman plant, a wingman diffuse if everybody's still alive.
Exactly. I mean, on paper it looks good, right?
Yeah.
I talked about this earlier, and how we were sort of theory crafting, or how I was sort of theory crafting before Gecko was released. How is that going to be balanced? How is that going to be fair in a 1v1 scenario? But in real life situations, in real life 1v1s, we've seen it sort of just becoming supplementary rather than the sole focus of that 1v1 because of just how ineffective they could be at times, right? You still have to create that space for wingman anyway, but let's talk about wingman and Gecko later because we might not be seeing that here in Ascent. This is the agent select screen between S2 Esports and NEXGA. Let's see what compositions we're going to be seeing between these two teams, Dash.
Who's going to be the wingman of the team and put the team in the spotlight? So what we're seeing right now from the teams are, okay, this is not really surprising that we have basically the composition that you really want in this map. You have a Sova, you have a KO, and you need a lot of vision in this map, especially when you're on the attacker's side. But when I'm surprised of the defenders, as 2 Esports are going a bit more aggressive than what you usually do. And it's really interesting. I like having the Fade more. Honestly, I like having Fade more in this map rather than the Sova. But honestly, I think this is very doable. I mean, for at least on the set.
Yeah. Composition wise though, I have to say I am liking NEXGA's composition just a little bit more because I have a little bit of a Fade bias. I mean, I know, surprising, Dash, considering that when we had our podcast before, I was saying Fade is sort of half executed, but I've changed my mind. Fade is, I think, one of the best.
Fade is really strong,
particularly here in Ascent. Maybe even in other maps like Haven, but in Ascent for sure, especially coupled with KO. And this util heavy composition from NEXGA is not something we see a lot of anymore these days, but actually it's becoming resurgent, especially with how powerful Sentinels are right now.
Yeah, Sentinels are really strong right now, just because of the changes that they had recently, especially Killjoy. Killjoy and Cypher have been dominating the league most of the time on really big chosen maps, and Ascent is one of them. So this is going to be a really interesting one, a really interesting start for them. And at this level of play, most of the players already have the lineups down to the T whenever it comes to a Fade and a Sova. So the Fade pretty much has a lot more value on Ascent, and like that, they just got the pulse plant pretty easily.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Into sights, of course, having to expend a fair bit of utility, but now they've gotten themselves into position. It's Simon.
Oh, this is big.
For the Golden Sage, actually going through the flank here. Cyclone's got no clue. It's smooth for the first touch. And the castle makes quick work of Applix there, and now the post plant is in trouble for NEXGA. The push is going to be shut down by Haka. Now the last man standing, the lurking member Simon finds one.
Ooh, diffusing.
What more can you find? Nothing else, because Che Momo will shut down the lights, and S2 will pick up the pistol.
Yeah, S2 Esports executing it perfectly. Great paranoia right there that we've seen from Saikoro. That's why he was able to get some easy kills on his belt and let the team just rush into side after getting that great paranoia. And now, NEXGA is down 1. Still the first round. It's still not big. They can still come back from this. But looking at how they want to play this, this is nice, Adam. A bit of fresh air that we're going to be seeing someone force buying for the second round.
Ooh. Okay, NEXGA, we see you. Stingers and Spectres across the board, and Asher Is going to be leading that charge there. Speaking of the Fade utility, they're dumping everything and anything that they can into sight, but Asher walks straight into Moon's Bulldog. At least they get themselves into sight until J Momo caps off from that beautiful recon dart. Moon is still here inside. Speaking of that recon dart, will be finally going down.
B.
Unable to find anything more. It's down to a
One
2v4.
enemy remaining.
Mikasa will make quick work of a peek. Can he actually save this round?
Oh, the headshot.
That was a nice attempt, but at the end of the day, unable to save the round from falling apart. It's still S2 on the board.
Yeah, that's the problem here, though. Because they forced bot during that round, they're now going to be forced to suffer the consequences for the third round, in which most of the time you expect they're going to be winning. Now they delayed that because they lost that round, and it's going to be a hard start for NEXGA. It's a bit shaky during the first 2 rounds. They always force these angles that they even shouldn't, because S2 just plays around their vision, played around Moon's recon dart, and it was enough for them to let basically 2 kills pretty easily for themselves. So S2 Esports, they're just showing their experience right here.
Not to mention, NEXGA's got no guns in this round because of that force. And they didn't even find good damage, which is 2 kills on their favor. So S2 walking off of that with a lot in their plate, actually. Means that they won't be playing any super aggressive shenanigan except just holding all these angles. Mikasa playing that one to a T. Beautiful angle here, very tiny. He's able to capitalize off and shows you just how prepared these players are.
Yep, rich off from Mojo. And now with that, they have the one part of the side open up. Garden is now cleared, and this needs to be taken care of by Saikoro. But Jen, wow, what a shot out of the blue. Now they want to just move forward, but Jen is still on fire. 2 shots from Haka. Gets 2 players, and now this site might be taken. They're trying to set up some smokes in
One
order for them
enemy
to get there
remaining.
freely. But J Momo, another shot in the head. The sheriffs are just
30
going
seconds
crazy. They have a new sheriff in town. They have the Vandal. And just one member. He has 2 people fighting against him. Recon Bolt. Not going to be seeing Applix. He's not going to be taking this angle right now. J Momo has been hit, but S2 just took the cake again.
What a couple of shots though.
I
from Haka.
evaluated their strategy.
Almost
It's a joke.
turning that around to a 1v2, but S2 thankfully able to keep their resolve. Take us into round number 4 with still a 3-0 lead for them.
Placing swarm grenade.
Because Haka is the one that's been racking up the kills here for NEXGA. He's the
Placing
one
swarm
that's got the first ultimate on the board here. That's the Cosmic Divide. Certainly nothing to discount from NEXGA here. But it really has been a struggle for them.
Placing swarm grenade.
Yeah. NEXGA has been struggling whenever they try to start fights without any utilities right there. I mean, they got some couple of shots in, got 2 kills, but with another aggressive peek from them, that was another kill. That was another advantage. Now they're just moving towards whatever they think is going to work. And right now they're looking at mid, and nobody's batting an eye. They're just defending on this long-range angle to the side of S2 because they know that they're going to be winning. Mikasa hasn't been checked. That's why it's an easy kill again down their side. Oh, and headshot on Mikasa. But it's still a 2-man advantage.
Operator, I was about to mention Zhen. Taking out Haka will go down. J Momo will fall in response, but what else can NEXGA find? It's 2v4. They've yet to re-establish their presence anywhere on the map, apart from B side, where they are heading on to right now. 2 members trying to swarm that Sova. And actually don't think about, yes, they will. Here comes the op coming in from the CT side. Actually, they get the plant off, but Jen pushing forward. The shadows are
One
coming
enemy
on.
remaining.
Oh, a
Jen
shot.
with the shots. Followed up with the Mikasa with the op. Cements the 4-round lead for S2.
Let's take that dub with a 4-0 S2 Esports. Just knows how to play around the side, just knows how to play around the range. And when you're on the defense in the sun, don't really need to take any aggressive angles. And they just gave up mid, which is great. Honestly, what they just did is just wait for them to just bite the bait. And NEXGA just took a bite out of it. They lost everyone. And now, without any guns, I mean, they can still buy some guns, some half buys for their side in this next round. But it's still, because of that momentum swing from the early stages, like the second round, NEXGA just wasn't, or at least won't be able to find that momentum back up easily, because it's all just been ridden by S2 since round 1.
Not to mention, eco for S2 looking pretty darn good, if I might say. Next guy, I think this timeout is a little bit of an awkward timing here, Dash, because as I mentioned,
Yeah.
their eco is not really the best. So maybe perhaps that is a giveaway that they're gonna be forcing in this next round, unless they
Yep.
aren't. But either way, they could have pulled it off at the next round, but they probably would have had more of a bigger foundation or a more solid foundation eco-wise. I mean, look, they're not going for a force buy here, just the sheriff. So perhaps they're just be banking on Haka again to get those one taps and then investing those couple of ults that they have. But with Zhen having an operator and having a blast with it, it's very hard to imagine just that happening.
Yeah, it's really hard to think about what they want to do here, because with NEXGA, with what we've seen from what they're doing, they're trying to peek out, and Zhen just caught one shot down to the T with the operator. They think that he's the only one here, but if he's gonna be trying to get peeked, there's Tailwind coming in, but Asher was able to get one with the shot. They still have the operator in their mid, so still need to be careful right here. S2 Esports is backing up because it gets a lucky shot out of the smoke. Now this is just gonna make it easier for them to just take this round off. With Aplex now low in HP, he got the operator down and tries to go for a surprise, but wasn't able to get the kill in the first place. Another dink in the head, Haka. S2 Esports are just on the momentum. They're just riding it right now with Haka again. Another shot. He has been doing it for quite a while, but let's see how they play it around. Because Haka is gonna be discovered. They have nowhere to run. That is Saikoro finishing the round.
Almost say he would kill against J Momo as well. Haka is
Yeah.
a beast right now, but unfruitful one at that. He has been able to carry the team for even one line on the score here. At least silver lining for them. Both ult eco and eco looking good for now at least. Aplex one away from getting the lockdown as well, and Simon not too far off from the knock command either. So ever so slowly, NEXGA are gonna rack up the resources to perhaps contest at least one of these rounds. But it's got to start somewhere, right? But
Yeah.
meanwhile, S2, look at them. They're the ones turning up with the strats. They're pushing up in B.
Yeah, trying to change it up. A while ago, they have been quite aggressive whenever they start this round.
Bring them down.
What we're seeing, they just want to take on mid, try to make use of that weak point that S2 has been giving them. Use that as their weapon, but they haven't spit the
Face
faces
your
yet.
fear!
Nightfall comes in. They won't be able to push up. Great molly from Mikasa to stop them from gaining against them, but Zhen dies! What? With an updraft! They lost their operator. This is gonna be big because they can start the post land here.
Beautiful capitalize there from Aplex. Beautiful punish. And S2 starting off a little bit lopsided. This is a position where they rarely found themselves in, so they've got to force their way
want to
into this
fight it?
A side. Cosmic Fight finally laid out here, but Asher's holding down the curtain right now up against the
Oh, wait,
player
what?
standing.
But Mikasa gets two! Gets the
Mikasa?
third into 1v2 now!
Oh.
A bit shaky, but Asher closes it out. NEXGA finally on the board.
Oh, NEXGA. Great started round. That Nightfall were stopped for a bit, but it was all because of Aplex able to kill Zhen. Surprisingly was able to get the shot out of that updraft, and after that man advantage, nobody will be able to defend the site. They used some ultimates to work that out, but it's super worth it to swing the waterfall up their side, because S2 has been riding that since a while ago.
Get out of my
NEXGA.
way!
It's gonna be one of their problems here, is that they have this coverage Zhen again. They won't be committing anything just yet.
One of the key moments in that last round was Zhen got punished.
Yeah.
But this time, got an upward spawn a bit more reservedly. In the
wait,
same
what?
angle, though Asher gets tagged. But still pushing
Yeah.
up. He's got the blades up and running. Taylor is a bit hooked with Zhen. Are going for it! The anime battle! It's not gonna be won by anyone, Asher! Whipping the shot, but recovers massively! Zhen gets destroyed with a knife to the nape of his head.
Swamp
Now,
grenade out.
J Momo stuck in a very awkward spot, forces out the cloud burst, and Asher is out of there. Mission done. Zhen is finally taken care of again.
Yeah, they
Spike
don't
planted.
need to take any risk here for the side of S2. They have the spike planted already on B side. They have something to work with. Just need to play around it. But because Simon is able to get 2, I think this is a round that S2 is willing to give. They're just backing up. They're not committing into anything, but
Oh,
Asher
one enemy
at the
remaining.
backs was able to get 1. But because they got the kill on Zhen again, this round is going to be up for naught. They're not going to be taking anything else except their that. And that is S2. Just losing another round to NEXGA.
Yeah. And again, it started off with a nice punish onto Zhen. It seems like they found the key here. Just read out where Zhen is, isolate that fight, and invest so much. They invested a knife, a flash, and the Blade Storm just to shut down Zhen. And it netted them the round because it pivoted so much attention down towards mid. J Momo was pinned as well. And all the while they were making their way into site, getting the plant down. And NEXGA, seems like they're slowly starting to figure S2's playstyle.
Yeah, they have this covered. They want to start it off
Blocking sight.
pretty fast, and I like the way these things are gonna go for their side. But right now, S2 Esports get this like candy. Started off with Asher,
Spike planted.
was able to get another kill, and NEXGA are just taking it off right now. Even when they don't have any guns, it's still something workable for the side of NEXGA. And S2 with Zhen.
Last player standing.
Is he gonna be able to clutch this up? Because it's not a round that they're expected to win, but
Blades.
doing some work here with the Blade Storm. Now they know where he is. Gonna be going in. Oh, he did the right click. What?
Nope. Remove.
No
delete-
way.
delete
No
that
way
from
did
the
I
VODs.
see that.
Delete that from the VODs. We didn't see it. We didn't see
No
anything. Yeah, let's call that one a brain fart.
Hey guys, my name is Zhen. Ah,
That was a
surprising.
little bit of an unfortunate, yeah, a little bit unfortunate turn of events there for Zhen. I was kind of betting on him on the blades, but kind of dropping the ball on that one. Yeah, perhaps. But NEXGA, fact of the matter is NEXGA's pushing up off that momentum, and now they're pushing, pressing, and forcing their way into a site. Spike is yet to go down. They've already invested so much on top of the null command.
Spike planted.
Zhen finds 2! Beautiful shots from Zhen.
Redemption era.
Redemption. Redeeming himself
Last
immediately.
player
Oh,
standing.
to hold the door, but he will go down. It's Mojo's turn in the spotlight, but
Oh.
Mo will get that kill from him. Defuse
Zed.
number 2. Woo! S2 is back on the board.
Yeah, got it. That's what they needed. Zhen needs to have that redemption era. The reason why they lost for the past 2 rounds is because when Zhen dies, everything falls into place for NEXGA. Now they rushed again for the side of NEXGA. They played it fast, and that isn't gonna work against S2 because S2 knows how to play around it. But when they try to pick off somebody before they push, that is when they win. I think NEXGA learned this lesson the hard way, but you can still chase it. You can still chase it.
Of course. And S2, they're slowly adapting to this adaptation from NEXGA as well. You can see that they're pivoting away from where the noise is being made, and then just waiting, just playing the waiting game. Wait out the ults, wait out the utility. This time they're setting up a nasty angle crossfire here in mid because of just how aggressive Asher has been here. But they have to be careful because there's 3 people walking their way up against them. Oh, there's a granny up against the smoke. Then gets blinded, Moon busts out, but there's so many angles. Got to watch out for. Stays alive. How? After getting that 1 kill, they went back to safety. J Momo ready for Asher's advance there. And it's this round's all over the place here, Dash, but NEXGA, they're taking control of the game.
Look at where they are placed here. Look at the Applix. Applix is up and ready at the flank. They need to fasten it up
Spike
because
planted.
if they don't rush into side, S2 might get flanked, and they don't know. They have 0 info on where they are. Moon is gonna peek out, would be able to get 1. It's not gonna be peeking against Asher. Sasha was able to get the kill, so they need to make sure that they're ready for this. They're hearing the footsteps out of heaven, so they know that someone's at the backs. But Afflex might be surprising for them here.
Smokes.
They have the smoke up there, and they have the timing. Mikasa was able to get one
Enemy
kill,
remaining.
but Afflex
Last
has
player
been discovered.
standing.
Look at this. He knows where he is. He has been concussed, but he's buying a lot of time. And enough, and Afflex gets the headshot, and that's a win. Wow.
Beautifully played there from NEXGA. A little bit of a miscommunication too. Haka concussing his teammate, but still making it work off of those smoke plays. At the end of the day, Saikoro with the double-edged smokes worked out against them. Unable to recover from it. Saikoro actually paid for it. He died because he couldn't see anything. And they couldn't defuse either because Afflex was on top of the generator. That round perfectly orchestrated by NEXGA on top of Afflex shenanigans.
Yeah.
And S2. Wonder what they're gonna do with this time. S2 ults, they're pushing up. Jen gets punished. Looking to
Last
recover,
player standing.
but it's NEXGA mowing them down one by one. With J Momo now wondering to himself, "Where's my team?"
Jay. He's not gonna do anything else except for just take the
Spike
lives out of
planted.
everybody, but it's not gonna be significant at this point because
I mean,
everybody has a lot of credits though.
maybe he's got some magic dash. Don't discount the man.
Where's his
Let's see.
magic?
Let's see. Let's see.
He has a lockdown though, but he's not gonna use that this round. That's
nah,
just gonna
you
be a
don't-
waste. Oh no.
Perfect timing.
Okay, great. Now he's seen. Unfortunate. I mean, they tried something different outside of
Last
S2.
round before the
but
switch.
based on what we've seen just from the last rounds that we had, NEXGA just adapted throughout and from S2 Esports. Look at the rounds that they've won. They just won the first 5 rounds, and that's enough for NEXGA to GPT their way out of this.
I think this is it, Dash. I think we're gonna be seeing our first game 3 in Updraft Finals. I'm not counting my eggs yet. I know it's just the first game of the day, but with the way NEXGA has recovered from the first 5 rounds of this game, it's beautiful to witness. And everyone's contributing here. Simon's been setting up his team constantly with the flashes. Naplex is after capitalizing the most out of it against the double crossfire set up the Jen just makes work. Okay, they can't hear anything, but Simon Neo actually punishes them from the get-go. Great recovery once more
What
from
is
next guy. And
this?
what is S2 going to do now? Mid is getting swarmed by 3 players.
I have seen S2 struggle like this before on KJC Updraft, and not as hard as this because NEXGA just plays around here because once they knew what to do against S2 Esports, they found a weak point. They found mid. When they used mid for the past couple of rounds, they just used it in their wins. But Saikoro has some other answers. It's clouded in the shadows.
planted.
Oh no.
There's gonna be the ult coming out, lockdown. They need to contest this if they want to go for a fight. And the flash comes
Enemy
out.
remaining.
But Shea Momo
Last
is
player
able to shut him
standing.
down. We have Simon alive and kicking. Would use the ultimate in his favor. Some smokes are gonna come out of this. You know what? That was kind of interesting because with what we're gonna see is the 14 HP. Gonna peek out. He's gonna be out of his sight, but Saikoro still has the smokes to work with, so he needs to commit through the smoke.
What is this?
Not gonna be seeing him. He stole it. Wait. How did that work? Did he see
Switching
the gun
sides.
barrel?
I don't think so. I think he was moving. I think what happened there, Dash, was Simon was moving forward and then he hit something and there wasn't any terrain. He was
Oh,
like,
what is this?
Okay, I'm gonna shoot in this direction, and it worked.
There's not a wall here. Why did I
Exactly.
hit something?
But at the end of the day, again, second time that happened to Saikoro, unable to play off of the smoke. Because when you play the smoke like that, it's a 50-50, right? But that kind of changes when you're 14 HP.
Yeah. And really hard. He didn't even use the null command during that time because he doesn't want to give any info, and that's very smart.
Yeah. Unfortunate there for Saikoro, but at the end of the day, it's 6-6 here. Still anyone's game at this point. Back to square one we go. It's the 13th round, of course. But look at the mid aggression. This time it's S2 on the attack, so they will be pressing on against Mojo. Making a lot of noise. Flash is perfect.
What a great flash.
Mojo forced to back away from now. They've got no clue that Mojo is right there in that corner. Managed to squeeze away safety. And again, Market getting swarmed here by S2.
Yeah, and look at the bait being set up here by S2. Just very smart that they still haven't committed anybody. They already have someone at mid, and they still want to go for A side. This is good. This could cut off the push coming in from them. Flashes happen, but NEXGA is at the ready. Simon just fell down, but because of the right click from the Classic, I think Jen is going to be up for a surprise here. Wow! Was able to get the shots in. They still have a 3v3 available for them, and S2 Esports now has the advantage in the 3v2.
Have to figure out where these two people are coming from, though. Moon's got a pretty clear idea of where one of them's gonna come from.
Oh, two of them.
That's a beautiful crossfire set here. Moon doesn't have the
enemy
crossfire.
remaining.
They didn't get the kill. What? They got shut down, both of them. And now it's Psychro. It's a massive task at hand here. Can you get the shots going? No way. They dropped the ball.
way.
That one there, Dash. Big time.
Mojo peeked out and he wasn't killed. He has his back against Moon and they weren't able to get the kill. J-Momo and Boom wasn't able to get that crossfire up because both of them were there and that could have been a big chance for them to get the win, but NEXGA just were the better shots in the end.
Turret out.
This is starting off very rocky for S2 Esports. And this is not going to be an easy start for them. They are being defeated by NEXGA. Right now, we have seen them first here on KJC Updraft. They're performing so well against a regular.
So slowly coming back here. And S2 got to stay composed, and it seems like that's exactly what Mikasa is doing. Here's the name of the game here for S2 Dash: not lose composure, stay in this game, and it seems like they've heard my prayer. The bulldog from Haka is absolutely gorgeous, though. And
The
some leads,
Bulldog itself is gorgeous, though.
yeah, true. Beautiful skin.
Yeah. We're starting off.
3.
S2. Wait!
Try again.
No.
No way. No way. They got 2 goals already, but because of that trade. I mean, this is a save round. This is a second round anyway, so might as well. It's okay to just lose at least. S2 Esports was able to get some kills in their belt, which is nice in itself. So yeah, this is gonna be starting off with Haka. I think Haka is gonna get the kill here just because
Oh no.
got the surprise, but the timing is just right.
Beautiful bait from Haka.
Mikasa. Oh, what a shot
30
from
seconds left.
Mikasa! Still was able to win, and now they have the Bulldog by themselves running through A side, and they know that this is gonna be an easy plan because both of them are not here.
30 seconds left. They've got enough time. They've got plenty. Knife. Just cast out
Last player
Mojo. 1 HP.
standing.
Oh, wow.
And
Shame on
suddenly,
10 seconds
NEXGA.
left.
It's falling apart here, Dash. Mikasa and J-Momo has got better positions. They've certainly got better guns from where this round started. The Pleexis has got to be picture perfect here. Flash and turret at the ready as well. Oh, this is looking rough here for a Plex.
What a great flash!
Beautiful flash into
What
the
a
peak.
great flash.
Too easy for
Wow.
J-Momo. And S2, they're not done here, Dash.
What a great flash from Mikasa, and J-Momo was just able to capitalize throughout that flash, and NEXGA just dropped the ball like what S2 did during the last round, and this is gonna be forcing them to an eco. That's unfortunate though, but S2 Esports coming back from this game equalizes the score. That's exactly what we needed from S2. They needed to get this round in their sides. Because the next map's not gonna be easy. Remember, next map's gonna be Pearl. That's why I'm really
suppressed.
Really what?
surprised that they lost a lot of rounds.
Yeah, S2, they're a team that is very mechanically gifted. It's just when they falter, sometimes it's better off them, but this time there ain't no faltering,
That's
baby.
good.
It's just a 5-man show into B site. And Haka again forced to be the superstar, the saving
Spike
grace here of
planted.
NEXGA, but it seems like too tall of a task because Jen is on his way. 8-7. S2 Esports is slowly gaining control again of this game, Dash.
getting a hold of that Vorpal Blade. S2 Esports ready to make use of this advantages that they get at the start of the rounds, and this macro that they've been doing. Really like how they played around mid because they know that it could potentially be a weak point, especially when you don't have a lot of guns. So next guy is gonna be needing to do something different here, and something different it is that I'm seeing because there's two people at mid. They want to take control of it. Just make sure that this operator would be able to get the kills that they want. And also, they knew that an operator might be taken from them.
Jen, you got to be the one to anticipate this.
a shot.
He does not. Asher takes a page straight out of Jen's playbook
Gun
and
here.
pulled a full Uno reverse card on him.
Blocking
That's
sight.
exactly how these two have been playing this entire game. Only
Yeah.
reverse or role swap this time. And Jen going down means there is no duelist anymore there for S2. But Asher looking very comfortable in this
What
mid
a flash.
position. Nice flash.
Those flashlights
The flashlight, I was about to say that too.
Yeah.
Both of these
That's
KOs,
insane.
beautiful flash lineups. But the fact of the matter is, S2 they've yet to press further, and their gravity well works perfectly there to keep them at bay. Paranoia comes out. Haka is at the receiving end of things, but he hears all of these footsteps. All he has to do is be at the perfect time, Vlad. Actually, it doesn't work out perfectly, but there's a crossfire set up because of perfect timing on the
30 seconds
well,
left.
counting down
Spike
to
planted.
it, forcing out the lockdown here from the defense. And how
enemy
does
remaining.
not
Shot,
God,
what?
Pleeks is doubling down on the defense as well. Moon will find one, but that's it. NEXGA equalize again.
It was a possibility that they could have been for
Swarm
S2
grenade
Esports.
out.
A great start for the round, but NEXGA was able to stop them time and time again whenever they tried to take the advantage. And that play out of smoke because it just falls. Timing used again by Haka. This team, both of these teams, I mean, they know how to play against each other. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing.
I do too, Dash. Look at NEXGA. I mean, they don't even have enough for a full buy, but Mojo's picking up an Ares. They're like, let's work with what we have. We have an op, and we have enough for an Ares. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful for NEXGA to regain that momentum that
Get
they
out of my
know.
way.
That's what they have to do against a coveted team like S2 Esports. Is they're actually quite intuitive of them, but not really pressing any buttons, so to speak, for now. Asher
Turret out.
is playing a little bit more reservedly, surprisingly so. S2 again pressing down in mid. That operator might be some of use right now. Simon Neo. Here's all of this happening.
Oh!
Jet again gets taken down. Second time in a row. He gets first blooded. And how did Simon find another? What?
Great timing though. Because of the great timing of that smoke, Simon was able to get it. Because what? He saw Mikaz's gun barrel after the smoke came in, and that was why he was able to just repick, get the shot in. But yeah, you can get. I mean, that's just a punishment that we haven't seen. Hunt happened.
One enemy remaining.
Mojo was able to get one, but they have two people here. J Momo, what a tap on the head. Enough to rattle his aim. That's gets the advantage on this deuce.
9-8. NEXGA swings it right back, and it seems like the tune of the first half here continues, Dash. S2 having a pretty good start this time. Getting nipped earlier by NEXGA. And Asher's still holding on to that op. NEXGA's just become unrelentless at this point, just throwing everything they've got. Even if what they've got isn't that much, eco-wise at least, it still works out because of sheer willpower, it seems like. Knife almost counts out everyone here. Rotates coming in. Simon Neo finally going down this time. First blood is in the hands of S2. Makes you wonder what the next turn of events are going to be with Haka at the back pedal position here in sight. Well, everyone's rotated already. This might not be the best idea for NEXGA to do.
Wait, they still have somebody on B side, which Mojo. This is gonna be good because it's gonna be forcing them to force on A side, and once they know that Mojo is around the mid, they're gonna be forced to go on A side, and which is really nice for them in a way.
Oh,
but
no.
because they weren't able to find any kills, I think. Wait, look at that! Asher was just jumping around, and they weren't able to gain anything out of that. Shen is gonna be peeking out here against Applix.
Spike
Hope
planted.
that they would be able to find something else. What a great shot from Applix. He was expecting Jen to peek out post-plant situation. No Cosmic Divide because Haka is dead, but they still have the lockdown to work with in the Nightfall. Everybody's on site, so this is a potential turn from their side. No smokes though, so this is still gonna be hard.
Beautiful crosshair replacement there from Upleaks, netting him off 2 angles with
Cover
one
going out.
look. He will be staying alive for now.
They're
They've
losing
got
time.
to push forward right
They're
now.
gonna
I
get
think
this.
it's time to just save. Asher's still got an op, so 2 rifles should be more than enough for them to save for this round. So yeah, willingly giving this one away will not be the worst idea in the world.
Nice try.
Upleaks looking to dip. Can't find anything, but it's okay. NEXGA, they've got the round to spare. And they've got the eco to spare. And they still got the op, so that's what matters here. They've got a good eco. They've got 5 ults, or almost 5 ults to work with.
Yeah, honestly, a great try for NEXGA that they tried to go for a save because as to Esports, because of that man advantage, they didn't need to commit any ults because they lost a lot of members already. So yeah, might as well take the L and just move on to the next round and just don't let them gain that momentum just by giving them this round and netting them a lot of kills.
You are powerless.
You are powerless, Upleaks, but he's got an op. Is he as powerless
Wait,
as you
what?
might expect? Seems like so with that singular smoke down in heaven. Spike going down because of the knock command. It's
Spike
all
planted.
too easy to get the spike down. And NEXGA this time has got to go for a full-on retake. This is a very
Yeah,
tough
all.
position. But yeah,
All good ults.
they have a lot of ults to work with. First hurdle on their way is Moon here, guarding the back line. Simon's got a flash available.
Yeah, but serious.
Nice
He can
counter
stop
ult
those
right
positions.
there. He stops it, but he will get shut down. So now it's time to push. He knows there's 2 people in the back line. Nightfall comes up. Mikasa! Oh no, the detainee
don't
gets
have the sight.
destroyed. And then a pure good stop. Haka is going to stick this, but can they make it work? Yes, they do.
One
NEXGA
enemy remaining.
take it
Enemy
by
remaining.
force, and J Momo will be mopping them up, but it's a little bit too late. It's a bloodbath all across the map here, Dash.
They lost 3 ultimates because of that win. And they lost a
All their
bit.
people.
No, not a bit though. They lost a lot of their economy just from that loss. But still, it was a win that they wanted to take. Everything was on deck. Saikoro was crazy, hitting all those shots against those people, defusing, and even getting one stray bullet out of the way. Was able to take the kill on Asher. Now this is... What is this game? This game is just crazy. This is probably the closest game that we have right now on game 1. Because most of the time, game 1 is won by the team who take the first map. But this is close. Really, really close.
Exactly. Oh, and back the pendulum swings this time, Dash. NEXGA. Asher going down. Remember the trend that was evident earlier was if Jen went down, it's
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I don't think he used a recon for that, but he got the
Yeah.
kill. The double from Haka,
Spike
and
down
that's the
A.
spike.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Half a Jen get the kill in mid, and we're gonna get the kill. Whoa, that's scary. That was scary. Great Cosmic Divide timing again from Hawker. He has been doing it low key since a while ago. Those gravity wells were just so good.
Oh,
They
no.
were able to pull out a lot
Oh,
of his
no.
members, and Applix not gonna be peeking. He's gonna try to get
No.
one, and the
Spike
spike
down
he
mid.
gets. So this is gonna be forcing J Momo to peek out in mid, and Applix has an idea that this is gonna happen. He has the turret to
30
use.
seconds left.
I think. Wait, Mojo was able to hit the shot though. What is that?
Yeah. He was running out of options there, I believe. Rather, J Momo knew that he had to take one of these fights, but I think was just denying him. Just pulled out the turret as well, and it was too easy to shut down, given the fact that time was in NEXGA's favor as well. So 11-9 your Dash, 1 away from match point, and this is where things get shaky for S2 Esports. This is where the mental starts taking its toll because when your team is one away from match point, they're also 2 rounds away from winning. S2 Esports have got to keep their composure now more than ever.
Oh, what a shot, though.
Seems like they will now. Mikasa gets the second on the board after J Momo's kill, and Mikasa found another. That's 3 for S2. And Mojo and Simon, just an Odin and a Sheriff. What can they do with these?
Yeah, punishments for punishments. And even though that we're seeing a lot of rounds in this game, the game looks pretty fast because everybody's just rushing. And not a lot of them are going for defaults. That's why right now S2 are rushing through A side again. This is just gonna be another save for the NEXGA squad because they know that this 2v5 is not gonna be a win that they can take. Unless they had some ultimates, but they don't have it. So this is gonna be an easy take for S2.
I think they're gonna risk it, Dash. Ah, no, they won't. Never mind.
No, Simon is just looking for stragglers,
And
just in
here's
case.
one.
Oh,
Last player standing.
I think he's gonna get one.
Trigger discipline. There's 2 people right in front of him playing catch, Dash playing chicken, and one jumps out.
No!
No!
No! How did he lose that? J Momo was pulling up his gun. He was still able to win in the end.
I'm not sure either, but NEXGA walking away with that round means, or rather, S2 walking away with that round means that we're one step closer to evening things out. We're one step closer to maybe perhaps pulling an overtime, Dash, the first ever overtime in Updraft this 2023. Perhaps, let's see. Aka's got the signature Sheriff once more.
You should
Getting
run.
bombarded by a lot of tanks.
Hey.
Down comes out.
Hey.
Simon's 1 HP,
Hey.
tanking
Blocking
so much
vision.
of that damage. But Aka's
Oh
still down.
no, Haka is
By
dead.
the L drone, getting pushed up by Jen. He's struggling to
Wait,
stay alive,
what?
but Asher finds Jen out of nowhere. It seems like that's a beautiful scan right there. And Moon will be able to get the plant down. It's a 4v4, but remember that NEXGA doesn't have any weapons. They have to find the frags here. They have to find the one taps. Paranoia goes wide. Simon Neo looking for the flank. Flash comes out, but Cycloid's not even
Last
looking.
player
Moon
standing.
Oh,
mops up NEXGA. And no surprises this time from Simon Neo, unless he pulls out the miracle. 29 HP? I don't think so.
29 HP and not a shot.
No shot.
I mean, from what we've seen from S2 during just past rounds, they did the same thing, and now with them going for a pause, just to stop them from taking over the game, there's gonna be the chance for NEXGA to make sure that they would have the strategies for this last 2 rounds and maybe an overtime coming up, because this is really close. Equalizers for equalizers, people just getting close. A while ago it was an 11-9, and now they're back. They're back at square one.
But the thing about that square one that you're talking about, Dash, is it's shrinking. The window of opportunity for both teams here are shrinking, not just for S2, but for NEXGA as well. I mean, you could argue that the momentum is on neither side right now, but one thing's for sure, Eco is in the side of S2. I mean, look at their weaponry, look at their creds, and look at their old Eco as well. When you're this close to getting that 13 scoreline, that's when things get scary here for the opposition. And in this case, that's NEXGA. Are they going to force buy? It seems like they will.
The opposition is NEXGA still has some guns. I mean, they need to take this risk
Placing
because
swarm grenade.
I mean-
Placing swarm grenade.
it's okay if they don't, but you don't want to get into overtime. So that's why NEXGA just wants to take this risk. Just go for half armors. It's okay because S2 still has a lot of things in their hands. Look at that lineup though. That's beautiful, and they got the snipe.
Yeah. S2. Remember, I was talking about their old Eco. First one being invested is that Milk Man. We got the Hunter's Fury in case.
Nowhere to run!
Oh, actually going to
wait,
pull it
what?
really early here. The knife doesn't spot anyone as of yet. So that's actually very, very interesting for S2. They don't want to give the sign away! And this is how they want to play this post-match because the Cosmic Divide. What a flash, Simon! Flashes himself, but he won't pay big time for it. It's all down to Pleeks now. And the flashlight up once more! Gets one? He find another? No, he won't. Beautifully played for S2 there, anticipating the Cosmic Divide, not giving away the sight and getting themselves to match point.
Cosmic Divide was really far away because they didn't have any info on where people are. Are they on site? Are they far away? They used the Cosmic Divide just to cover up an A main, and that was not the play. Because if they tried to cut through the site, that could have been easier for them, but they weren't able to play around it. And it's a great thing that S2 Esports knows how to play around whenever you have a Cosmic Divide in the enemy team. And now that's a great punish. Because right now, with the last round, momentum's in their favor. They don't have any guns. S2 Esports has a lot more options compared to NEXGA.
Said Dash, are we going to be extended into overtime, or is this S2's time to force us, or to get us into the second map? Zhen's got the op. Blades are available as well. Psycho, he's got the From the Shadows as well. So NEXGA, they're the ones that are pressured to get that first touch going. They have to weed out the possibility of an operator here from Zhen.
Psychoro. Oh, I thought I should get the shot by Dasher. That was a great angle, though.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be pushing up here, though. Remember, they don't necessarily want to risk walking into that operator from Zhen.
Yeah.
Besides, they've got no clue where anyone is at this point. Look at the night.
out of
It
my
doesn't
way.
spot out anyone.
No idea where they are, and S2 are playing it safe too, because a mistake could force them to overtime, and they don't want to get into overtime, because the longer you let NEXGA gain the confidence, the better it is for them during that overtime.
30 seconds
God,
left.
what?
Flash.
I was able to see Moon, and that's another shot. I think NEXGA, this is not really good for S2. They're losing a lot of members. They have the ultimate to work with because of that. Simon does have the null command, and this is going to be forcing them to go blind. They're forcing them without any time. This is NEXGA. Oh, wow. Taking the win, forcing this to overtime and a flawless.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic round there for S2. I mean, they found so much of their success with the high speed, high momentum type of playstyle. And sure, they were playing for the op, but playing a little bit too safely, in my opinion. There, 12-12. That what could have been a round that would win them that game. It was flawless on the other side for NEXGA. So now they're going to be playing on the defense one more time. This time in overtime. And NEXGA's just destroyed all of their momentum there. 12-12, the first ever in my memory. Am I right? Is this the first ever overtime?
Yeah, it is. It is the first one.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy to think about it, but here we go. S2 and NEXGA. No two teams would have made this happen except for these two. Giving it all they've got. It's the rush from NEXGA down into mid. This time, no Asher.
Wait.
Mikasa just tanks that like a champ, still going for it. The
Zhen.
beautiful flash once more, and Zhen capitalizes off of it with the smoke as well. Sure, or Asher will go down. That's the sight. Swarmed by defense here, the spike in their control as well. And all they have to do now is hold on to that spike. S2, they're rotating towards this tree area where the spike is. Smoke comes out, they're forcing out the bangs here. But Pleeks will be able to retrieve the spike for himself. J Momo pushing up. They know exactly where Pleeks is at, but it's reinforced by his teammate now. It's S2, they don't want to risk it. They don't want to take any chances with this round.
They got the spike, and that is exactly what they wanted from NEXGA. And because of that, S2's defense is now scattered. This is going to be forcing them to go to B side without any defense. They're just waiting for the plan to happen, because a retake is way easier to go for rather than to take the risk and get someone into side, forcing them to a man advantage. So NEXGA is playing this so well. Smoke has been popped already, so this gives them an idea that they're going to be going for a push on B side, and they know, they have an idea already that both of these players are already inside. They have our utilities. Let's just use this.
Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
Oh, we got out. Isolates
bad.
one of these players.
Targets
4v2, remember, so all they have to do is walk up into side. It goes wide. Wait, gets tagged down. Nice.
standing.
What a shot.
J Momo's all down to Haka now. Remember, he found him in the same spot before, but with so many people against him, the swing is a little bit too eager. That's the first round in the overtime for S2.
Yeah, too close for comfort. S2 Esports, great that they were able to do this. And again, it was because of the flashes from Mikasa
Switching
that
sides.
they have been pulling
Match
off
point.
all of this plays. A while ago, I remember before this overtime happened, another flash from Mikasa was able to net them the win. And this lineups from this KO players have been a big instrument, sorry, for them to win. And now with S2 Esports having the advantage in overtime, NEXGA, they need to use everything in their hands to win this.
Where are you?
Oh,
What a
beautiful
shot,
on there from Mojo. And J Momo is the first to fall prey to it. Let's see if there's anyone else gonna walk into his crosshair. This time Mojo getting shut
Uplex.
down, but Uplex is still inside. They've got no clue inside the here as of yet. Uplex getting down before fighting the bus. Fighting the
Sakura?
dust, rather.
Last player
In the
standing.
back
What? Sakura?
line. Beautiful swing. And Haka, one of these three snakes cannot get higher. And there you have it.
Attackers
S2
win.
Esports. They close down the set 14-12.
Great win from S2 Esports.
Wow.
14-12, the closest we had in this tournament. And again, hey, my head's out. But again, great start for the tournament here for S2 Esports. They have won time and time again in the end. But it was so close that NEXGA almost had the taste of that win in that last part of this game. But still, S2 Esports is the better team right now. That overtime, they wanted that to happen. And that they used in their favor.
Yeah, and I like to think of this match, Dash, as a showcase of experience, right? Of mental fortitude, because when it comes to these overtime moments, or just when it comes to these moments where a comeback is possible, that's when experience comes through. That's when the nerves of steel shines out, and that's exactly what S2 showcased here. Mikasa, Jen, J Momo rocking the top frag, or rather the top of the leaderboard here, but really everyone from S2 Esports contributed to this game. I mean, everyone was on point when it comes to the duels, and let's see them go back into, or rather, let's see if NEXGA can actually answer back with that same level of fortitude as we go into the next map. But more on that later, because we will be right back with Updraft. Dash and Datum here. We are your casters. D&D. We'll be right back with the second game, so don't go anywhere. Do it.
Back
Dash.
into Matrix we go. And this is going to be another game that we're going to be having. Game 2 is where we at. And this is a game between S2 Esports and NEXGA. They're going to be the ones fighting it out for them to take the trophy. Or rather, the money in this tournament. So this is going to be an interesting game. Yeah?
Yeah, one sec. Look, let's take a moment to appreciate what we look like right now. We're looking fresh, right?
Oh, that's true.
Shout out to our production team. Shout out
Thank
to
you very much. Yeah.
Shout out to
I'm
our
not-
guys.
I don't have a headache anymore because
Yeah, sure.
my head's not up there.
Yeah, apart from the top-notch production team that we have, did you know? Fun fact: did you know that Updraft is observed by Sova himself?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Our observer is Sova. Can you imagine that? How
Yeah,
many
I
tournaments can
mean-
you say where Sova is your observer? No, Updraft. Shout out to
And
Sova. our
every
observer.
every time someone doesn't win, he's like, what does Sova say? If you're not in a good shot today.
If you're not a good shot today.
yeah. Yeah, he has been spamming that in our ears since a while ago, and it keeps us up. It keeps us on our toes whenever a play happens. But hey, again, this event cannot be possible without Planet9 GG, and also this is also organized by KJC Esports.
If you
This
don't
is
know,
a-
if you don't know, wait, let me tell our audience about what Planet9 is. In case you don't know what
Okay,
Planet9
sure.
is, well, Planet9 is a next-gen esports platform that allows gamers from all skill groups to organize or join tournaments for free. You can browse Planet9's community and course pages to look for teammates and coaches to match your game style. Go give Planet9 some love. They have a website, they have socials, but we are ready with the game here. Dash, let's talk about KJC Esports later because the agent select screen is now. And look at this. We got NEXGA on the red side and S2 on the green side, the defenders, and the compositions are now on the board for you
Harbor?
guys to look at. Yeah.
That's nice to see. If ever we're gonna be having a double smoke here, if this is gonna be a Harbor together with a Viper, this is one of those maps in where I believe that Harbor is good.
Yes.
So if ever they're gonna be picking up the Viper together with a Harbor, this is how you use Harbor, right? You need a main smoke, then you use a Harbor together with that main smoke in order to basically enhance it. It's like seasoning. Harbor is just a seasoning smoker.
Yeah, true. I guess, I guess that makes sense. But one of the things that most people discount this type of composition for is the type of adjustment you have to make in other roles. Case in point,
Select
Mikasa
your
is
agent.
playing the Sky this time because if you think about it, when you have a Viper and a Harbor, you've got a ton of smokes going around, a ton of walls going around. You can't really make the most out of a Fade Hunt or Recon Bolt. Hence, you turn towards a little bit less to off that utility, a little bit less off that information, more on the utility side. Hence the
Yeah.
Sky, which I think works perfectly for this composition. I think either a Sky or a KO works well for this composition, but Sky is the most ideal because he can provide, or she can provide, the most information while being trapped in all of those smokes being laid out by Viper and Harbor. So all in all, I have to say I'm really liking the composition here of S2.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's different sides right here. Their compositions, which I really like. I've seen this in VCT lock-in a lot. The difference maker here is that they Harbor to the Viper against an Astra to the Fade. So yes, they're losing a bit of what they want to do. I mean, the flashes are not going to be there for the Fade team, but at least they have more ways to get vision around the place, which is really nice too. So
They got
This
a
is
KO, they
nice.
got flashes.
yeah, I mean, they have flashes, but yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
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 Yeah. It's great.
love
It's
that.
great. It's a great day.
True.
It's a great day.
Or-
It's a great
It is.
evening.
It is.
And NEXGA, look at them. They're doing the same thing like what they did a while ago. Like they always take control of mid, try to disrupt the defense just to cut them off, and that first kill was also because of that.
Psycho going down means the defensive
Here.
smokes are out for the count for now for S2 unless the early rotate is going to be there from Moon. Oh, look at how deep the positions of NEXGA are. They're contemplating pushing the defender side spawn. Mikasa spots out a little bit of trouble here in Arts. Holding the line though. There goes the defensive smoke I was talking about. So no more smokes available apart from the cascade if Moon actually invested on that. Should more often than not means that they're gonna have to retake.
Turrets
But in a
destroyed.
4v5 scenario, they're gonna want to take a couple of frags at least. A lot of U2 getting dumped down in B side. J
Swarm
Momo
grenade out.
can hear all of this happening. It's shaky, but he gets a kill. So 3v4 on this close plant retake. S2, can they pick up another pistol?
Yeah, that's gonna be the question though, because it's gonna be a 3v4. You don't have a lot of smokes to work with. The Viper's down, so this is one of the disadvantages whenever you lose the Viper on this kinds of situations. It's gonna be hard because the Harbor is not gonna be enough to defend this for themselves. Look at how they clear. S2 is going to backside just to clear it up, gets the smokes in, and this is still not gonna be easy because everybody's at long, and it's gonna be hard for them to go for the defuse unless they do exactly this. Has a flash to work with though, and because of that flash, they're not gonna be able to. But 8 shells was enough to net them the win.
Yeah, that's the thing with the orb of safety, as I like to call it, from Harbor, right? It gives you sort of a false sense of security against projectiles like mollies
Yeah.
and nades, just like that. Moon was still just ticking because he was feeling kind of safe, but he was not. It was raining grenades.
Placing sentry.
That first round this time goes in the hands of NEXGA. And S2 not going for a forced buy here, just seemingly just looking for as much damage as they can. Jen actually going for the Sheriff.
With this,
There.
it's gonna be a great start
Bring them
for
down.
the next guy. Because again, second round, this is what they want to do, just to rush it up, get some smokes out, have a lot of utilities to work with too. Because Simon was able to wait, he's flash. So with the built-up confidence from this man, he's gonna be pushing up, get with a boom bot. That's gonna be enough to take down some members right here. S2. Moon tried to do something there, but the volley was enough to stop him out. And this is just it. S2 Esports are just gonna be having a hard time. Flashes happen, nobody dies. Flawless for NEXGA.
Yeah. I expect nothing less from NEXGA, of course. They're coming back into this game with sort of a mission, and that is to give S2 what was handed to them in that last game. It certainly seems like they want to translate this next round into something further. Just look, Asher and Haka both have got those bulldogs. You know what? I'm liking this bulldog sort of enthusiasm from Haka and Asher. Haka, almost every single time that it's a somewhat of a half buy, goes for the bulldog. I love it. I think bulldog doesn't get enough love.
Yeah. And whenever what a shot from one
more.
Simon again. And what they don't know is that they haven't created just yet. And Shen wasn't able to. What? They don't have any info there. What a great shot from Simon just to equalize the advantages here. And Moon is just gonna be backing away. Gives them an opening, a window to go for a flash, but it's not gonna be used.
4v3. Remember, NEXGA went in this round with barely any investment. It was a flawless second round too. And Aplix has got that upgrade for himself, so it's a Phantom. They've got manpower for days here. Everyone in S2's side is in a sight. And NEXGA is slowly making their way through on both fronts here. They're gonna get the plant off quite free, 40 seconds left. And the setups are going to be there for sure, so this is looking like a round 3 that they have already translated.
Yeah.
Unless S2 can catch them with their pants down.
Yeah. And what's going to be surprising here is how they're going to be approaching this, though. Because they're going to be approaching this from mid.
30 seconds
And this
left.
is not what next guy is going to be expecting, because they're going to be
Spike
playing around
planted.
long, and they're looking not at the right angles, but as long as they would be able to breach one out, if Moon would be able to get one kill against Aplix at least, this would be a good round to start. Have turrets to work with. They got the vision there from the turrets. They know that somebody's at flank.
got two
So
people.
this is going to be
Found
turning
them. Killed my
their
fault.
eyes on the backs, and this is going to be F2 just gaining the advantage here from the side of NEXGA. They're losing a lot of their people, and with them having their guns, they need to run away from this.
Another beautiful flash there from Asher. Actually, this time Asher playing the initiator. Simon,
Yeah.
taking a gander at the
Toxins going
duelist
poison orb
position.
emitting.
But yeah, next up, third round on the board. This is the best start that they've had in any of these halves that we've seen. Remember last game, S2 was the one that was completely dominating the first half. Next up, some of them are hanging on through their rounds to their guns from round number 2. Look at Mojo, still rocking that Spectre from round 2.
Yeah, and Simon has been playing this so well that whenever it comes down to it, he's gonna be taking that kill against S2. And this is, look at the confidence from NEXGA. This is the reason why S2 had a hard time in their own map, is because this is how good this team is. Got into overtime, and now on their map, just dominating. They cut up the momentum as early as they can get. There's a flash coming in, and that's Simon just getting those 2 kills. 10 kills on the board in the 4th round. And S2, what can they do at this point? Because they're running around like flies, and they haven't even touched the spike just yet. They have a Vandal save,
Bring them down.
but what good could that do them?
Yeah, I think Psycho can just save this again. There's no
One
way
enemy
he can
remaining.
Pull this off. Psycho goes down. Flash is perfect. J Momo just defends. There's a big shell. And there's nowhere to run, as our observer likes to say. 4-0 on the board for NEXGA. And off the back of Simon's beautiful performance, 10-1. He's already got the showstopper in round 4.
This is Simon with Simon that wanted to see during the first game. But right now, he's pulling this off a lot because the team is just playing around him most of the time, because whenever a utility comes up, flash is popping off, Simon is just there at the right place at the right time, and he's always going to be taking the kill. So this is going to be the challenge here for S2. How are they going to stop this raging monster, this demon, from just making carnage upon their team?
Maybe Jin's off is going to be the answer.
Fire in
I mean, sessions optimally here. Fire in the hole. Showstopper on anyone.
What a shot,
J
J
Momo
Spike
with
down
a spray
A.
transfer. Gets the spike for himself. And suddenly it's off on the part for NEXGA. This is the round that S2 is looking for. But they have to keep it together.
Ooh.
They will. Haka goes down. Have to take care of Simon though. Remember, Simon's the one that's sort of carrying the team here. Pivoting their success, and they've yet to find where he's at. It's only after they found. Simon is yet to be discovered. He's pushing. Oh my god, with a swing! How is that possible? And Asher got 1 kill up his sleeve.
Oh, he's dead.
Can he find
Asher's
more?
dead.
He's concussed. Bitten by the dog. Asher will not find anything. Beautiful stuff there. The spray transfer transfers the round to S2's favor.
Yeah, J Momo is able to pour a bit of that momentum from NEXGA back to their cup. This is gonna be the start of S2 coming back from this game. This is like deja vu, Tatum. Like, what happened during the first game is that S2 was able to get 5 rounds in. Now 4 rounds in, NEXGA is gonna be losing 1 round. And that is the start of the momentum swing to the side of S2. Unless NEXGA takes this round again for themselves, this is just gonna be them just dominating the whole map. Look at their eco. They have a lot of credits. S2 just playing it back. Like what they did a while ago. If this worked, let's just play that way again.
Poison's off.
I don't think NEXGA's even heard of Jin's op. I don't think they even needed the op in that last round. So the moment they pivot their way towards that B side could prove to be
yeah, they
fatal
don't
here
know.
for NEXGA. On top of Mikasa's flash at the ready as well. Such a close, aggressive angle here. And look at how much patience Mikasa is exhibiting here. I don't think they're gonna check this dash. There's very little reason for you to do so. They're about to walk in with the up. Oh no, it goes wide, but the flash is beautiful. It gets 1, gets 2, doesn't get it quite off. Mikasa, a
Face your
blunder at
fear.
that. Here comes the flash on top of the nightfall. Getting pummeled by everything. Where can Jin go? He will
Spike
survive
down
for
B.
now, but the spike is
Last
discovered.
player
Asher
standing.
pushing up.
Wait.
Simon punishing Shen. It's a disaster for
30
S2.
seconds left.
S2
Spike
losing the
planted.
round. Mikasa almost got it, but because they lost that was just another NEXGA just swings around. Doesn't even have the info on where that man's is. And that is why they're gonna be taking this L. They lost a lot of ground. They can't even find the piece of the puzzle that they need here to win against
Turn out.
NEXGA, because NEXGA has the formula still. They're just using it time and time again.
Simon, all the way. And I was a little bit lucky there for NEXGA that Mikasa was unable to find anything more. So there's 2 incredible strokes of luck that happened there for NEXGA. 1, Mikasa unable to get more than 1 kill, and Jen not connecting with that first shot. It was a slow peek as well from Mojo, so really that should not have happened at all from Zhen. Perhaps he was not expecting a slow peek. I mean, who would slow peek an operator? Nobody. So it's sort of some reverse psychology happening there, but at the end of the day, S2, it was a disastrous round for them. Thankfully, they will be able to recover the op. This crown drop just enough for this eco. But man, they've got to keep it together here, Dash.
Unfortunate. It's just unfortunate for them that they lost their ground after just gaining one win. Now it's stopped already, and they need a lot more effort again to just win. Now Zhen, that is what they needed since a while ago. This shot during that round was supposed to be enough to stop this team from getting another win, but with Simon down, that's a different story.
There.
Exactly.
I'll find you.
People down already from NEXGA. Haka went down as well.
We'll catch them.
Mojo still trying to press on into Art. Alarm bot confirms there's at least one person down here.
Oh,
Jump peek. Force up cascade here from Moon. The forces away that rotate. And S2, they're holding strong here. This could be the round. They're back on the board. Operator, remember, still is on Zhen. So, NEXGA rotating down into B side is not an option for them.
Oh.
Unless they want to risk this.
yeah. Heard the footsteps though. Psychoro knows that they're in mid, so that's why looking at the positioning around the map.
30 seconds left.
NEXGA actually just backs away from the fight. Flashes happen. Got an idea. Psychoro needs to peek these out. He needs to get one head down. Was
One
able
enemy
to.
remaining.
That's gonna be the
Spike
start.
down
Has
mid.
to.
I have this fight.
Just got 2 people down, and Moon just going to peek out. Don't need to commit into anything. At least the trade's good.
Yeah, beautiful trade there. S2 finally back on the board here. And it's looking very reminiscent of the first game here, Dash, but with the flip, with the roles reversed between these two teams. And S2, do they have it in them, Dash? That seemingly is the recurring question here for S2, is the composure. It seems like from time to time they look so good and then they lose it for a bit. And then again they look so good. So it's sort of like this transitionary period between being crazy and being sort of somewhat mellow. And at this point, we're unsure where S2 lies. Can they answer that with this push down in mid though? Operator in Zhen's hands leading the charge. Hear a lot of noise being made here, but no first touch is happening yet.
Yeah. I think with that amount of footsteps that he got there, he got the vision already, have an idea on where they are.
Oh no.
So this is gonna be it. They got it. Applix hasn't been discovered. So this is gonna be a great flank from Applix, if ever. It's gonna be taking a long time. If ever that happens, that could cut off the defenses on the side of S2. Good peek right there from J Momo. Gets
Spike
one.
planted.
Now they're gonna be rushing towards the side. Once they use the Seekers, this is gonna be bad. Because Applix... Wait, Applix is in a great position though. He's not gonna see this. Oh! S2. This is gonna be bad. But what they're gonna see here is why the Seekers are gonna be going at the backs. Because yeah, there you go. That's the Seekers gonna be seeing where Applix is.
You
That's
should
enough
run.
time for them to go for it. They have the ultimate coming in. They're defusing, and nobody's there to look at it.
Oh. How did that happen?
Last
I'm not
player
even
standing.
sure. That was a beautiful position from Applix. Beautiful lockdown as well, but S2, they were just left unchecked.
Yeah.
And Dash, salt to the wounds. They
Who
got
needs
the op
something?
again.
Wait, what? They got the op and they got wait. Oh no. They got the op and the ninja defuse. NEXGA is just not having a great day here for the last couple of rounds. So S2, yes, they're not getting a lot of kills, but they're getting wins, which is really nice.
That's the goal anyway.
Yeah, they want to get the wins anyway, but is this gonna be enough? As long as they stop Simon, it might be.
And for the most part, the reason why this operator hasn't found success from Shed is because they haven't been able to position it really well. The A site seems to be the point of attention for now. The null command, though, it's all too easy to push. There's gonna have to be
planted.
another full-on retake here
Four
for
ults.
S2. But exactly, I was about to point it out. 4 ults, Viper's Pit, Lockdown. I mean, all
And they're
the
all
big
there.
ults they could use for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harbor's ult is gonna be big here. Yeah, there you go. As I said, it's gonna be big here. They're gonna be discovered where they are. So this is gonna be bad. They need to move forward. But NEXGA is trying to push their boundaries, trying to get some more space. But with J Momo down, they don't have any more lockdowns. NEXGA just wants to get the kill on them. This is gonna be bad. This Mojo now low in HP, and because it falls together with them, that's gonna be it. NEXGA still takes a round.
Mojo just terrorized Flowers there. Swung out twice, gets 2 kills, 1 HP left, and still got the kill. 3K. An absolute turret down in Flowers.
Mad lad.
And they did invest two of those ults from S2, but while the soft information was there from Harbor's ult, it didn't really translate too much because the setup was too beautiful from NEXGA.
Yeah. Just a move forward, and once the ult was dropped, NEXGA just move forward, go to Flowers, go close right there on the secret, and nothing. They weren't able to do anything out of that. So NEXGA is just gonna be swinging this momentum hard in their favor, use the flashes, go to backside. They got all the space that they need, and this is gonna be enough for them to just take over the site. And S2 is gonna have a hard time. All the modes have been thrown, but it's covered yet. Must be a chance. If ever, they went in forward. Haka was waiting for them. 2 kills already. Make that 3! What a great transfer from this man. And S2 just crumbles to the pressure.
Seven to 3 here, Dash, and wow, NEXGA is putting on a masterclass here in Pearl. There's such a different look as well from Ascent. And Shen's back on the op, but at this point, I am not sold on the idea anymore. They're gonna be positioning it back in B site, but for the most part, it hasn't really found much success, if any at all, here in B. Let's see how this one goes, though. The Viper spit in A. This is gonna be forcing them in B. Showstopper. But anyone, and Shen doesn't get the shot quite off again because it's the one to pay for it. The knife will be denied, but the Cosmic Device getting thrown out here. Dash. All stops for hold here. Shen finally with the one touch there, denying a little bit of space from the attack, but the lockdown is going to buy them so much. The quick scope is good, but the lockdown is even better here. Mojo gets down, and the spike is actually here. They could actually go for the push here with J-Mo at front. But Bleaks is ready for that. There's the smokes, the double smoke.
Wait, the double smoke!
They have to push this up. They have no choice. And a Bleaks,
One enemy remaining.
it's a 1v1 at this point.
And
Both
now you have my
controllers
full attention.
running out of options. Haka runs to push, and he does. NEXGA still recovers. 8-3 in their favor.
Wow. I
Last
thought that's
round
going to be
in
the
the
end
half.
of it for NEXGA, because the way they used their smokes, that was supposedly perfect. But S2 still wasn't able to do anything during that time, and this is just NEXGA just making use of this wins that they had a while ago. They're unfazed, even on the slightest of defeats that they get from S2. And now, yeah, that was a great train. NEXGA, right there, is just gonna be using this in their favor. Gonna force this on 9-3.
Bring them
That could be a chance for S2. As we say, the 9-3 curse, but most of the time it doesn't work.
Well, let's see. Wait, let's not counter eggs yet. Still 3-8. Maybe they could push this. But with the looks of it, with how this round is starting, NEXGA's already taking control of site. S2's got nothing to show for it. They had to give a retake to the judge of all things. Bulldogs on J-Mobile and would have and Mikasa only wants to find a frag. Zen is all alone and dead. 9-3.
What?
Yeah, curse might just be the only way out.
Switching
here for
sides.
Yeah. As long as they win this pistol round, it's still possible for S2 to come back. But NEXGA has this in the bag, because with the way that they play, it's just the sheer confidence that they have is just crazy in this map. So S2 is just trying to solve the mystery. And so far, 12 rounds in, they haven't solved anything just yet. Maybe on the On the attacker side, it might be a way different because on the attacker side, it's another puzzle that they need to piece out because this is gonna be way different because NEXGA is gonna be playing differently here.
Let's see. If
That's
history is
schema.
history is of any indication, it's S2 that has a upper hand statistic-wise when it comes to pistols. But NEXGA just proved that wrong in the last one. So let's see if this round is proved to be any different from the first one. S2 with a little bit of a miss, or rather a little bit of a bait and switch.
Yeah, default.
It works a little bit because it drew a little bit of attention down into A side. 3 people holding down in
Yeah.
A. One lone member in B holding down 2 shorts
Bomb
here.
grenade. Found them.
Leaks is that player.
Bomb bot down.
And Jen will be the first
Wait.
touch to
Spike
go.
down mid.
Leaks finds one with a beautiful peek. He's getting swarmed from both directions. Where'd that come from? He wasn't even sure. But now, Jen is ready! Wow. How unfortunate there.
Spike
That's the third
planted.
kill on the board there for Jen. He's up and alive, Dash. This is the man we've been looking for, and S2 might have just found their way back into this game. Mojo is pressing on from B main, but he doesn't have the avenue to do so. Hunt is there, but Psycho is gonna be quick to destroy it. The double mark. It's just too much to deal with for Mojo. He has to be helped by Asher here, but the right click providing so much
Last player
pressure.
standing.
Mojo finds a tap. Jen looking
Oh.
for the ace now.
Look
He's
at
full HP.
look at Saikoro.
Psycho's just dancing with him, buying time
He's gonna
for
get the
Jen,
ace.
and he's
Last
gonna get the
player
ace!
standing.
But Mojo denies the 7 HP,
Wait.
gets the kill, but doesn't
No
have
time,
enough
no
time. S2.
That's scary though. That's scary.
Gets the miss.
Yeah. That's scary. Because if ever they had enough time there, Mojo could have won that. But S2 taking this round, as we said, it's going to be a start of an interesting story for S2 Esports. Because if they win another one of this rounds, which is they are expected to be winning, I think S2 Esports would gain a great advantage here. This might force NEXGA to do something different because so far, S2 Esports winning the pistol round is the start of a great story every time on each VCT game. Once it's a 9-3 and they won the pistol round, you know it's going to be a spicy game.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, next guy is not going for their signature
Turret
force buy as
destroyed.
well, so reinforces your idea of a 3-9 curse here. So much investment into B side already. Both smokes having been invested. J Momo flashing away. Beautiful lineup there, but the running block from Asher will make sure J Momo will not recover. There's still a lot of B site attention here.
Last player standing.
4 versus 1, and Simon's got a shorty. What can he do?
Yeah, it's just going to be getting a ghost probably. Go get a ghost, try to go
Spike
for
planted.
long range fights on long. And I'd be able to get something out of main and ramp, if ever. But it's still really hard to say because Simon is just gonna be running around. He's gonna try to take a kill just to make their eco bad on the 4th round, or rather 3rd round. And this is starting like a beautiful story, you know. It's like when you open a book on a hot summer day, and the flash happened. You got blinded by sunlight, and you have to go in again.
Oh. Yeah. 5-9, and I wasn't sure what you were saying, that, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But look at the scoreboard though, Dash. You can see the patterns emerging here. Look at the kills between NEXGA and S2. Just look at it. Look at Simon, Mojo, and the Pleeks. 20, 14, and 10. No one from S2 side has even broken the double-digit mark in terms of kills. That's really
You know they're
has
just
been,
taking kills, right?
yeah, that really has been the defining characteristic of this game. Is that it's just a frag fest for NEXGA. But when they don't get it, that's when things get tricky. Go, NEXGA looking to attempt that once more. They get 2 kills. Mikasa just finds 1, and there you have it one more time.
Spike down
The
A.
frag fest I was talking about. NEXGA, once they have it, they win the round, it seems like.
Yeah. And once they have the guns, can see them gaining confidence upon A side, and they just move forward.
Last player
Not even
standing.
a hesitation from this team. And that's two. They can even do anything against that. And NEXGA is just confident that they would be able to take this. J Momo needs to risk this if everyone wants to try and dip a bit against their economy. That still 3 people alive. So NEXGA.
Ten to 5 dash. I mean, it was a pretty poetic start of the second half here for S2, given the curse. But the fact of the matter remains is that NEXGA is 3 rounds away from winning this game. 2 rounds away from match point. That's gotta have some sort of toll on the mental here of S2, especially off of that very momentous first game. But now, let's see the scoreboard for a bit. What's available for S2? They've got the Seekers, they've got the Blades. You know, for NEXGA, not really the full arsenal available for now, so this might just be, on paper, at least an easier take in B site. But Seekers invested, Cloudburst into the dash, Obliques again, trying to hold the line. They actually take off Gen off the board. No, he won't. It's Gen pressing on. Plan coming through for S2.
Spike planted.
Wait, what a shot from NEXGA though. They were able to get that, but they were able to get the plant. S2 is gonna be a good start. They have the spike. They got the first kill a while ago, and with this might be a chance though. If ever Haka would be able to disrupt with this flank, it's gonna be good for their side. Flash has happened, and Haka still wasn't able to die. They have a man advantage now on the side of S2. Might be an opportunity for Simon. Was able to peek out. It's still a 3v1, so it's still hard. Team Ace for S2. Exactly what they needed.
Six to 10 dash. It's well, I'm not counting my eggs yet, but it's getting closer. Closer here. Ult's still available here for S2. Moon and Jen has got theirs. And look at NEXGA, still going for the forced buy here. You would expect at this point there would be some sort of a timeout, but not yet. Seems like NEXGA is very comfortable holding on to this 4-round lead for the moment. Not really scared of the prospects of a comeback as of yet. But it seems like S2 has found a chink in the armor here of NEXGA. They've consistently hit B with a fair decent amount of success. That's the pattern they're following right now. Again, they start off with the first touch, but the peaks goes down. That's their anchor here in B. Is this gonna be the bait and switch? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So much is being invested. Again, Zhen on the board.
Wait,
2
what?
kills already. Dash is active. Not looking at the right direction though. Spike slowly getting pincered. Spike not yet in the sight. That's keeping NEXGA guessing here, Dash. Look at the rotates. It's so undecisive here for NEXGA because the Spike has yet to make its noise.
Yeah.
And that's true. This might not be the best course of action, but
Oh no,
still going
Mojo's
with the
gonna hear
rotate.
them.
Yeah, Mojo can hear them.
Oh yeah, Mojo knows that they're gonna be going to A side. Look at that. Rotation has been called already around the map, and Mojo does have the flank right here on his hand, so he needs to be careful in how he approaches this. You have the ultimate to work with, but this is not gonna be something that they're gonna be using to start for the side right here. But look at the flank though. Haka was able to get one, and Mojo's gonna be taking his spike down. That's gonna be good. 2 people are still alive, but there's only 1 person here. The spike is in their hands. So S2 is gonna be running away with this. They have the spike upon themselves. They're still gonna be running. What is this? It's a game of chickens. They're running. And they're just they're just running. Saikoro still
10
has the spike in his
seconds
hands. And Nightfall has been nullified. To S2 with Mikasa holding this angle, he might be able to get one. Mojo.
No!
What's the timing?
Oh, almost picking off.
Snake
there.
bite.
One enemy
And that's
remaining.
Snake bite working
Last player
perfectly, but
standing.
Mikasa there for the punish. 1v1.
Blinded.
Okay, he knows now.
Now he knows. It's in favor of Mikasa now, and S2, but 2 has still a guessing game. Where he's gonna come from? And he figures
What
it
a
out.
great time.
Beautiful stuff here. But I was talking about how it was very, very risky to go for that rotate because of that specific reason, Dash. They were gonna get isolated from each other when they had the full-on 1-man advantage, at least in B.
Yeah. They didn't have any idea though that B is clear. They
That's true,
just
that's true.
clearly took a risk.
That's true. But either way, they made it work here, Dash. 7 to 10. And it's getting closer and closer here for S2.
Wow. Again, we're back on the drawing board. S2 is back, but NEXGA is looking to be a bit more scary the longer the round goes. And we have seen this time and time again. But it's S2, is this their time for comeback? It has been 2 rounds already, and it's a sheriff round for NEXGA. This is going to be forcing it to an 8. Is to 10 if ever they're not going to be making any breaks. The showstopper's going to be up, but he wasn't able to do anything with it. He has been stopped on his tracks. Simon, this unrelenting force, is now stopped with an equal force. And this is S2 just dominating the side. I mean, they have sheriffs anyway, but Shen back on the board is something that we want to see.
Exactly.
One
Just
enemy
dominating
remaining.
once more. It seems like he's overtaken
Alex.
Simon. Nice wow. The final
so
nail in this round from S2. A flawless one at that as well. And you were saying
What is
how
happening?
Simon is shut down. It seems like, well, there's a new beast on the board, Dash. His name's Jen.
Yeah, and I think Shen needed some time to heat up during the first half, because during the first half he had a lot of opportunities with his operator, but he wasn't able to do anything with that. But now, back on what do you call this? What do you call that? Entry frag duty. Shen was able to do a lot more for the team, but NEXGA still hasn't caught on, because A side is always pushed by this team. They tried to do something different, but everybody was here. What are they gonna do here? He's trapped. Asher's gonna be trapped. Nobody's gonna be attacking together with him, because he's gonna be just mollied away. Utilities are used time and time again. They're winning because of this. And another ult has been used. This is gonna be a sign for themselves, but still a possibility, Datum. All of them have rotated. They have the lockdown, but will that be enough to actually push them away?
Well, this is a very shaky start here for S2. The most troubled waters that they've had in these rounds just to get into B site. Lockdown having been invested, but the site is not clear yet. Look at that. Aplix just waiting for the opportune moment to peek out. And the cosmic divide from Haka is available as aware, so they will be laying it out for now. Perfectly laying it out for Aplix, and still he gets shut
Wait,
down.
one more?
Down B.
Another 1v1.
One enemy
Haka
remaining.
is not gonna be able to save it. J-Momo takes us closer and closer for S2. 9-10 now.
Like, great placement from Cosmic Divide from Haka almost turned that around. I mean, it's a 3v3, but the Cosmic Divide was perfectly placed, but it's a good thing that S2 knew what to do. They just moved forward, tried to cover up with trades, and after that, it was enough to actually take them to a win. Now it's a 9-10, and it's looking like the 9G curse is working its magic, Tatum, because as we said, whenever they win the first 2 rounds, that's how it starts. And NEXGA hasn't found the right tune, the right... I don't know. They haven't found the right tune just yet. And S2 just know how to work because of what stomping happened during the first half.
Yeah, S2 is just an unrelenting force right now in B site. And it seems like whatever NEXGA does, it's not effective. They tried turtling it up with the Pleeks. No bueno. They tried pushing it up with Simon and Asher with brute force fighting fire with fire. Didn't work either. They've invested so much into trying to reinforce and retake that B site, and each and every time S2 just wins them by a hair at least. And it's not just Jen that's performing as well. No, it's everyone at this point. J-Momo with the clutch, Mikasa providing that utility and the frags as well. And it seems like NEXGA has again taken a backpedal position. They've been stolen of the driver's seat here by S2. And again, the timing is not the best for the timeout, in my opinion, because look at their guns. Barely have any. This time it's a switch up. A site for S2.
Yeah, they're in shambles. They can't even find their guns. And NEXGA, most of the time, the reason why they lost during the first game was because they lost their momentum. And once they lose it, they lose their fire. They lose their heat. And that's a really hard time for them, because as to Esports, as we said, this team has always won KJC Updraft. When it comes to this long games, they know how to play around it, and we're gonna be seeing it again in action. The longer the game goes, the better it is for S2 Esports, and NEXGA are struggling quite a bit to find how this is gonna work. Now with that info, they can take B side. Nobody's here, but it's a good thing that Simon was able to get that kill. That's almost great. still had a lot of
planted.
credit, so hard to say. But what? Mojo got another shot. Okay, I'm not gonna say
Last
anything
player
anymore.
standing.
The sheriff. Oh no.
Okay, close.
Those shots scared me, Dash. They almost gave me a heart attack there. But
10-10.
Goes to show you there's still a little bit of fire left in at least Simon and Mojo in terms of firepower there. But 10-10, Dash. Who would have thought that we get to this point? This is again another looming chance in the horizon. We'll go to another overtime.
Long game.
What are the odds? What are the odds that we'll be having the two overtimes in the same night here, Dash? I mean,
Look at this
S2
train.
and NEXGA. I mean, it looks weird.
It looks like a hex. The skin. What do you call that skin? The polygon skin.
Minima?
Yeah, the minima. It looks like minima.
No, it doesn't. Minima looks good.
Nah, it looks like minima. It's. You know what we call that?
What?
The train. That's the S2 Esports hype train.
You heard it here first, folks. Dash is biased. He's a biased caster.
What do you mean?
He's so
I was
biased.
saying it because they
Oh,
got
okay.
they got out of a 9-3, and this is
I don't know about you.
them.
You
They're
dug your
going
own-
fast.
You dug your own grave there, buddy. I'm here to cast the game. I'm not taking any sides. But
I'm
you're
not.
over there. Okay, sure. Well, whatever you say,
that
Dash.
yet.
Whatever you say.
I mean, NEXGA going out of their way to just put 3 people on B side, and this is good. This is a good measure for them because S2 Esports has always been pushing onto B sides. A lot of rounds has been won because of this B side push. It's a great timing. Look at that.
30 seconds
He was
left.
able to take the kill here, but Shen was able to get his, and he was able to get another space for himself. But it's a good thing that Mojo was able to get that kill. Now they have the timing, but they haven't got the site just yet. This is the good time for Simon to do something. Look at that. He got the spike
down
for
B.
himself. And this is a round to take it win. This is a
10
good start
seconds left.
for the side of NEXGA. They haven't planted the spike just yet, but Shen, again, shutting them down with another kill. They still have 3 people. Dog command is up, and they can make use of this in their favor. They have the molly to force Mikasa away, but they're taking a long flank here. They're taking their time, and they only have a 2v3 here for the side of NEXGA. Don't have any ultimates anymore except for the Nightfall that they can use. Mojo could use this. This is going to be a great advantage if they use this because look at that. S2 lost 1 member again. Nightfall doesn't have any
Last
info,
player
and that's a
standing.
kill for Saikoro. Low HP on Asher. Need to be careful how they approach this. It's a 2v1. He just needs to isolate members, but S2. Wow.
That's
Now they got advantage.
Yeah, that hurts. Mojo just took way too much time to rotate.
Yeah.
By the time he got to the site, he was making so much noise that at the end of it all, it amounted to nothing because Psycho just shut him down. And while it was a decent attempt from Asher with a null command as well, it amounted to nothing. And S2, they went away from match point. Dash. How many rounds have they won consecutively here? 6.
6 rounds.
From 5 to 10. We're down to 11 to 10. And they went away from match point, Dash. 4 ults available too. I mean, come on.
Everybody's on B side too.
Oh,
Oh no. Again.
Oy, oy,
Just because of 1 round that they lost with a great setup already from the side of NEXGA, they use the ultimate. They're not going to be finding anybody. This is an ultimate just for them to get input, just for them to get the plan, which is also good. But right now, with them having the side, this flank is not going to be doing anything because this is going to be people going to be on club, and there are 3 people there. And look at how they play this. S2 knows how to play around a lot of flank members here, but they got the they can make use of Mojo, they can use the Nightfall, and once they push, that Cosmic, I mean, that Gravity Wall was great because that Rachel was able to get a win there. S2 was able to know down 3 people out of that. And now, they don't have any flank anymore. Again, another 2v3 on this position, which is not what they want to do. They're on the lock, they have the lockdown, they're on a ticking time bomb. They need to do something here, because if not, that lockdown is going to be detaining them. Oh, that's close! And this is going to be them. On another headshot, Asher, that was close, and J-Momo still takes it in the end. S2 Esports now on match point.
A mad scramble for air on both sides, and still it's S2 to come out victorious. They come out swinging. And Dash, they come to match point. What has happened to NEXGA? He used the lockdown to buy themselves time, but JMomo had a lockdown of his own and it all fell apart. Dash. 12 to 10.
They were far away.
The
It was.
story cannot write itself any better than
Get
this.
out of my
S2.
way.
Yeah.
They
And we
climbed.
kept talking about
I've got your
9-3
trail.
during the first half. And it happened. They got jinxed. Nightfall has been used. They discovered that they're going to be going on the site, but they can't do anything with it. Because look at this. Oh, it's a good thing Haka might be able to make use of this. It's still not enough. They got 2 kills already, and now the site is open up. Asher might be up for surpriser for the
planted.
other team. Simon is up. He has the showstopper. Can make use of this. With a Viper spin, he might be catching, or at least looking at needle in the haystack here. Now he has been bullied and no HP is going to be helping him out. A flash is going to happen. Now Asher
player standing.
announces his favorite Psychoro
Attackers win.
game. And S2 just got a great 9-3 from the first half, and they got the win in the end.
Just reassuring, just reasserting their dominance here. S2 Esports just clawed their way back into this game and made sure that we won't be seeing the third map of the day because they will be securing another title here with Updraft. Congratulations to S2 Esports. They're your winners for Updraft this week, this month actually. And what a phenomenal showing from them. It's just well, you could see here, Dash, in the first game, you could see just how much of a mechanical ability each and every one of the players from S2 Esports had. In game 2, NEXGA had a phenomenal start in that regard. Simon, Mojo, Pleeks, all of these players had plays time and time again that seemed like spotlight performances. But S2, while they didn't necessarily have the same frequency of said performances, they just mowed B site over and over again as a team, and that's what put them back. That's what forced them back into this win.
Yeah, and I mean, this is really hard to see though. It's really hard whenever it comes down to this really hard games that we've seen for today, because S2 Esports struggled a lot against NEXGA. We can definitely say that NEXGA is a really promising team if ever we're going to be having another KJC Updraft in the future. I believe that NEXGA is going to be a strong powerhouse because S2 Esports had a hard time against them, and they have always been really great on this competition, and they're regulars basically, and NEXGA shake them up, almost forcing this onto a game 3, and those were really close games, game 1 and game 2.
Of course, very close games, very close best of 3 here, Dash, almost getting us into that coveted third game of our Updraft final. But before
We haven't had any.
Exactly.
Zero.
Before we close out the night here, folks, I'd just like to take this moment to thank PLANET9 for powering Updraft. If you don't know what PLANET9 is, well, let me tell you. PLANET9 is the next-gen esports platform that allows gamers from all skill groups to organize or join tournaments for free. If you're not ready for competition yet, that's okay, because you can browse PLANET9's community and course pages to look for teammates and coaches that match your game style. Last but not least, the PLANET9 blog posts game updates, tutorials, tournament news, and other content regularly. Just check them out at planet9.gg. They also got an Instagram and Facebook at planet9.gg.valo. They've got a Twitter as well at planet9gg.
Yeah, it's really great to see this tournament's organized again by KJC Esports. We had Updraft before, and we're bringing it back now. I hope we bring it back for the second time of this year. So let's see it happen. But again, KJC Esports has organized this tournament. If you want content, if you want shorts, if you want articles that you want to read that is related to gaming, we're all on all socials. Sorry, check out Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And we have our very own website, KJCesports.com. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. But again, Tatum, what are your last words? Last messages for everybody here? Because mine is that look forward to the next Updraft.
Yeah, of course. And of course, if you don't know who we are, my name is David. And my friend here is Dash.
My name is
we have
Dash.
we have our own socials as well. Do follow us. You can find me at Matt Datum. That's at MattDadum. And you can find this guy at Dash Casts everywhere, I think.
Yeah.
That's what his handle is. And that's it. Shoutouts to our production guys and shoutouts to our observer. And that's it for our edition of Updraft this week. Stay tuned because we have some more up our sleeve. But the only way to know is to follow our socials again at KJC Esports and at PLANET9.gg.follow. But until the next edition, this is D&D saying good night and thank you for watching. See you next time.